Hey, it's Joseph here. We've got a box from B&H, and it is always pleasure to open a box from B&H because they sell a bunch of tech gears that I like, including a camera, which is the one that I'm going to show today. Okay, so inside the box, airbags, and here it is, the Sony a7C, which I have been debating whether I should get this one or not for quite some time because I like everything about it, but I don't know for sure until I get to really try it. And B&H basically kind of helped me out in sourcing this. So they sent me this specific camera for me to test out, and I'm going to have to return to them later on. However, at least I get to show you what I think about it and also unboxing. So today's video is going to be unboxing alone, and I'm just going to disclose what I'm expecting and what I'm seeing inside the box rather than a full long-term review kind of thing. Hopefully at the end of the month I'll be able to just kind of wrap up and tell you about my opinion after trying this out for some time. Obviously I am a Canon shooter now, considering to move on to Sony. We'll see how that goes. So here on the box, obviously it is from Sony, and this specific camera SKU is a7C, which is the smallest. I'm pretty sure it is the smallest full frame mirrorless camera, and it is called a7C, and it comes with a kit lens of 28 to 60 mil f4 to 5.6. So I wanted some sort of lens for me to test this out on, as I don't own any sort of Sony lenses, and if I ever make the jump to this camera later on, I'll be purchasing this one because I need a lens with it. So it's got Sony E-mount and a full frame sensor. The bigger the sensor, it is gonna let in more light, therefore your shots, whether it be photo or video, your shot's supposed to look better. So I'm expecting better things. And on its side, the supplied accessories has AC adapter, rechargeable battery pack, and USB-C cable, shoulder strap, and the standard zoom lens, as we will reveal as we open this box, and some other accessories that you can purchase for this camera. And this side of the box, it pretty much shows you all the specs and things that you need to know out of the box, which is the full frame 24.2 megapixels, and then 100 to 51,200 ISO, and then you can have the burst shot of 10 frames per second, and then you have face detection 693 autofocus points, and then real-time eye autofocus, real-time tracking, and then 5-axis steady shot inside, microphone and headphone jacks, and then it's gonna have, what is this, 680 approximate shots, images, number of shots? I'm actually not so sure. It's got 4K HDR capabilities, Wi-Fi, and then NFC, Bluetooth, the SD card, USB-C, HDMI, so all of those things that matters to camera. And some of these, it matters a lot, some of them doesn't really. So I'm gonna actually test all of those aspects and then see how it fits my own workflow. The things that I'm really interested in is obviously the full frame, not necessarily the megapixels, but more of the fact that it is a full frame, the larger sensor than what I currently own, the tech sharp autofocus points, and then real-time eye autofocus, the 5-axis steady shot. So it has an in-body stabilizer that is going to stabilize your shot so you can kind of shake the camera around. And then it's got all other modern features such as Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and then USB-C. And that's something that I have been missing out on the other side of the camera world. Supposedly it charges during shoots, so we'll test that out as well on the full review. But here comes the unboxing. So, ta-da! And here are some paperwork, exciting. And then we've got, actually this is my first time opening a Sony camera box, so I don't really know how all of these things are usually laid out. But here is the battery that I'm gonna use. And obviously I've done a lot of research on this camera, so I kind of know what to expect. but this specific battery is high capacity battery, so it supposedly lasts a very long time. The camera strap, which I will never use, and then here is a USB charger, and it leads to normal USB type A, and I guess the other end is going to be USB-C. It is not really big. I don't think it's gonna pack a punch in terms of wattage. I'm seeing 7.5 watt. Yeah, I've seen chargers that are a lot higher wattage than this one, so I probably would not use it. And then here is the lens, the kit lens. I really like the size of their kit lens because it's small, and for compact camera you want compact lenses, so I'm going to test it out. And then I guess this is a main camera body, which is the most expensive part inside this weird cloth looking thing. So actually let me set that aside so I can look into the rest of the contents inside of this box. Nothing over here, we'll put that back in. And then over here I see some cables, if I can somehow get it out. Okay, not cables, just USB-A to USB-C cable, and it doesn't really seem anything special. I'm actually going to put it right back in because I don't really need this. I have a bunch of other cables, so I'm gonna put back some of the contents that I don't really need. And they do actually have a body color that has silver on top, but I prefer all black color, so I kind of have chosen this specific color. And here is one concern I actually had. It jiggles. That's something that I kind of was aware of, where these clips on the side kind of jiggles as you handle the camera around. Obviously you're not gonna shake it like this during shoot, but it is making sounds and I don't really like that. And then the battery slot is at the bottom of the camera, so all you need to do is just open it up like that. Fairly intuitive. That's not gonna be difficult, obviously. And then just lock it in place, and there is a slot for continued power if you wish to do that, but I'm hoping that I can use the USB-C cable instead of this continued power slot to continue power for your camera during shoot, and that's what I'm hoping for. We'll see how that goes later on the full review of this camera. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you guys could also watch the full review of this camera. Normally I try to focus on the practical usage and how it fits my workflow rather than like the specs and numbers of the camera, so that's what I will focus on the full review. And let's get through the rest of assembly. So you just take out this cover on both sides of the camera and lens, and then just mount that in and lock it in place. Pretty compact. I really like the overall size. Yeah, I'm quite excited. Can you tell? And also the cover, you can always put them together like this. Little tip. It's a little bit bigger than the cameras that I'm used to. I'm referring to the Canon cameras. Overall grip is nice, I must say. I know some Sony users have complained about its grip, but no, I don't mind at all. I don't mind the compactness and the grip. I do have a small hands, and the flippy screen, that's something I can test out and actually see how it applies to my workflows. Yeah, so a bunch of those things I'm going to test out with. And be sure to leave comments down below on something that you want me to test on or compare on in terms of my own workflow. I'll do my best to answer those things in the later testing within the time frame that I have. So I'll be looking out for those comments. And if you have found this unboxing and first impression on this camera video useful, then please like and subscribe to my channel to watch the full review of this camera. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye.